everybody. Welcome to my Thursday afternoon live. I hope you're all keeping really well. What a gorgeous sunny day. I don't know where you are in the world, but here we are having an absolutely gorgeous sunny day today. It's absolutely beautiful. And in fact, I need to get outside and, and sit in that sunshine. It's absolutely beautiful out there. So if you are joining me live, please pop a hey in the comments, put some hearts up, let me know that you're here and let's have a chat. Don't be shy, come and say hey. And it'd be good if you do that. And then if you're watching it on replay, just put a hashtag replay. So I read all the comments, and so it's good to see who's been watching. And then what you find useful about it as well. It'd be really good to just know what you're finding useful. Hi Natalie, lovely to see you. Hope you're doing really well, lovely. Hi, yeah, great to see you. So, okay, I've also got a fair few newbies that are watching my lives at the moment. So, which is, it's absolutely fab. So I'm going to just start off. I know a lot of you do know me already, but I am going to just give a very quick intro to who I am for all of those newbies that are catching up and watching me for the first time, those of you that don't know me. So I'm Suzanne James, and I'm an infinite potential coach and an NLP trainer for the service-based girl boss out there. Now I help women in business remove their limitations, get rid of their money and success blocks, grow their confidence and self-belief so that they can actually start living the life that they want to live, stepping into their true potential and get the mega success and abundance that they deserve. Go from this life of ordinary to extraordinary. And I absolutely love what I do because I love watching I'm really passionate about watching the transformations that I see in women. Hi Helen, nice to see you here. And I'm actually currently running one of my accredited NLP practitioner programs. We're actually doing each module online at the moment because obviously we can't do the live training, but we're having a really good time anyway doing it online. It's absolutely great. And I've got an amazing bunch of ladies within this group. They are absolutely fantastic. So I'm really enjoying doing that. And one of the things that we have done this week is on outcome setting. And this seems to be one of those sections that absolutely stumps people right at the start. And it's also one of the things that comes up most when when I'm in my coaching sessions, because one of the first questions that I probably ask when I'm doing a coaching session, one of the first questions is, what do you want? And it's actually one of the key principles of success as well. So knowing what you want, knowing what your outcome is. And yet it's that one question that absolutely stumps people. When I ask things like, what's your passion? Find your passion, find your love, and then do what makes your heart sing. But what if hi Anton, lovely to see you here, great to see you. So what if when I ask you, do what makes your heart sing, what if you've actually got no idea what that actually is? Because a lot of the time you might feel as if you're just, floating, trying to make sense of it all. That it might seem that you haven't even begun your journey yet. So when you're asked that question, what do you want? You actually are, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want as a career. I don't know if I want this person that I'm with. I just don't know what I want. And there's too many options to think about then, and that's when we get anxious. That's when we have, we feel a bit directionless and feeling that overwhelming frustration and kind of agitation. We know that there's more out there for us. There's so many opportunities and possibilities, and yet we then do nothing, or we do very little from it. So knowing what, not knowing what you like, or not knowing what you're passionate about or what you're interested in is actually really, really common. It's, like I said, for me, it's one of the things that I've seen coming up so much over the last couple of weeks. And it's really, really common. And the thing that happens with that, you know, when you're actually thinking that you don't know what you want, what you then start doing is you start comparing yourself to other people. And you think that they know exactly what they want. You know, they're clear, they're focused, so there must be something wrong with me. You know, and so we're going to just crack on with that one today, because I'm here to bust that belief. There is nothing wrong with you at all. The first kind of myth, or the first issue that comes up, is that we have to think that this goal or this outcome or what we want has to be something big. You know, we're seeing all of these things, aren't we, at the moment about, you know, I'm running £1 million business, a 7-figure business, or, you know, I'm going to completely change my career. And so we think that actually, you know, if we don't want something big, as what we want is not valid, for instance. Just let me know if these are the sort of things that, you know, are happening with you. Just let me know in the comments if it's something that you've experienced. You know, if I asked you that question, what do you want? Would you know what it is? Would you really, really know what it is? So just let me know in the comments and let's see what comes up. The other sort of issue that I find is that, you know, it's this notion that we're supposed to be happy all the time. That you know, that actually if we're not, yeah, thanks Anton, it is, isn't it? You know, that's actually what we actually go through. So, you know, we also think that we've got to be happy all the time. We've got to have this smiley face on us all the time. And we know that there's no such thing. And the problem we kind of have is that people go, do you know what? I'm content. I'm content with my life. I'm not unhappy with it. But is it enough of a driving force? So the other kind of thing that I find stumps us a little bit as well is about success is all about focusing on just one thing. And again, that means us narrowing everything down. A lot of people have lots of things that they're interested in, lots of passions, lots of, you know, wants. So actually, what's that really one thing, big one thing that's going to really drive you forward? And people struggle with that one too. Now, the truth is, for many people, life just doesn't work out like that. You know, and what we might feel is really just this mild curiosity, sometimes even just a bit of indifference, you know, for this. So let me know if that's something that, you know, is what you experience. You know, do you kind of have these struggles that I'm talking about here? So what I'm going to say to you first of all is you're going to stop buying into this, you know, this kind of illusion that everybody else has it figured out but you. Really. You know, you're not behind, you're not doing something wrong, you're not there looking for something that doesn't exist. You know, it's okay. Life actually is meant to be kind of about experience, isn't it? About, you know, the journey, about doing some, you know, great adventures. So it's okay to kind of explore, to fall in and out of different interests, to fall in and out of your passion. It's absolutely okay. I want you to kind of take the pressure off yourself first of all. You know, because the bottom line is you've actually been using outcomes all the way throughout your life, you know, to drive you forward and get what you want. You know, maybe it's not been in a conscious, structured or detailed way, but the fact is everything that you do on a daily basis is driven by either what we want or what we want to get away from. Hi Sharon, lovely to see you. So we generally change ourselves for one of two reasons, inspiration or desperation. Hi Louise, lovely to see you. Is it Louisa? Actually, I can't quite see that. Is it Louisa? So yeah, you know, we either, you know, are doing things of what we want, or to get away from something that we don't want. Hi Sharon, lovely to see you. Now, if you have no clue what the future holds for you, if you're not sure that you're on the right path, it can really feel as if you're just never going anywhere. And that can be, that's the kind of frustration bit, and we can get frustrated with that. Hi Charlotte, lovely to see you. Now, luckily, you can actually create a plan, a direction for your life, even if you don't have any idea of where you're heading. And then by having some kind of structure around it, it becomes so much easier to focus on what matters to you and not what other people are doing, what they're saying, what they're telling you to do or not to do. And I'm going to just give you some really simple tips now for you to gain some clarity around what you truly want in life, to give you that direction without all of this pressures of what everybody else is doing for you. Hi Caroline, is it Caroline? So this is just some simple tips, and these really work. These really work, and it just helps you to just get clear and stop this kind of anxious feeling that you might have. Hi Tiffany. Okay, so the first thing, when I ask the question of what do you want, I normally get the response of all the things that they don't want first. And actually, that's a great starting point. So I want you to be quite assured or reassured by that it's actually a really great starting point to get you on that road. So, for instance, if I ask the question, what do you want in your job, or your career, or in your business, you might answer that you don't want to travel for more than an hour every day, that you don't want to be governed by the clock, you don't want set hours, or you don't want to work in an office. So you might be able to easily articulate the answer to that question with what you don't want. And that's great, because it then helps us to understand what we do want, because all we have to do is to flip the sentence around. So I would then ask, well, if you don't want to travel for more than an hour a day, what do you want instead? It's really simple to do that. So actually an easy way of doing this is to get yourself a piece of paper, put a line down the middle, and on the right hand side you're going to write everything that you don't want. So everything that you don't want is then on that one side. And then what you're going to do is what is the opposite of that. So if I don't want that, what do I want instead? So with that example of I don't want to travel for more than an hour a day, you could actually say that I want a job that I can walk to within 10 minutes. And then what you would do, so you would write all of those on the left hand side, on you do want, all of the opposites. And then you're going to fold that in half, and you're going to actually put that up where you can see it. Because actually, what most occupies your mind, whether intentionally or unintentionally, it focuses us and it turns into our behaviour and then our reality. And the other point is that the brain doesn't understand negatives. So, if you're saying, I don't want to fail, I don't want to do this, your brain doesn't know what to do with that. So it actually takes out the not bit, the don't bit, the negative bit. To understand what you don't want, you have to at first make a picture of what you do want. So, if you've imagined don't want, that will turn into your reality. So make it positive, make it a positive. So what, like I said there, what you focus on, you create. So what most occupies your mind tends to turn into your reality. So just have a think about that one now. What has occupied your mind the most today? What has really, what have you been thinking about the most today? Hi, Kelly. What is most occupying your mind? What thought patterns Hi Joe, lovely to see you. Yeah, please pop it, watch it from the beginning. It would be great. So just have a think about that. What have you been focusing on today? What has taken up occupied most of your mind? Because that is what you will create. So what we focus on increases in our mind. And it's so much more useful then to have what we do want to increase rather than what we don't want. The other question that I ask is, to establish what you want, and you can ask this yourself as well, is what is important to you? And then just drill down a little bit more. So if that's, important, so maybe you could say, freedom is important to me. And then, so what is important about that? And really drill down, keep asking yourself that same question, just so that you can actually get to the real reason of what is actually important to you. And you can really focus on that. And the last tip is, don't focus on what you don't know. Focus on what you do know. And this is not about then that you're not ever going to attempt to do new things. You're not going to step out your comfort zone. This is really about certainty. This is about you focusing on what you know for certain about your own goals, about your own aspirations, about your own dreams. So what do you know for certain? So you could say, that I know for certain that I want to travel to many different countries. I know that one for certain. Or you could say, I know for certain that I want to start a business. Or, it could be anything. I know for certain X, Y, Z, whatever it might be. It could be anything. And most often, it's really, really broad. It's a really broad statement. But that's good as well, because, by doing that, you're actually cutting down on the barriers that you've put in yourself. You've simplified it. So you've turned those questions, instead of thinking, oh God, I don't know which country to go to. I don't know how long I should stay there for. I don't know which one I should go to first. I don't know who I go with, for instance. You've taken that out, and all you've done is replace it now with, I know for certain that I want to travel. And that really does help give you some clarity and certainty. For instance, if you're thinking about setting up your own business, you want to start your own business, go ahead and start the business, regardless of, whether you fail or not fail, or, whatever it is, it will still put you on the right path, as long as you are certain that that's what you want to do. You'll quickly realise what type of business to do, or, whatever, later on down the line. The important thing is, if you don't get started, you never will. So it's a really great exercise to get some clarity there. So there's 3 tips that I've just given you there. Do the don't want, do want exercise. Question yourself of what's important to you, and then keep asking yourself that, what's important about that. And then this last one there is to focus on what you know for certain. So I really hope you enjoyed those. We're going to finish off with a visualization exercise, because the great thing about this is that it puts us in that position. It gets us to, visualize that sensation as if it's happening right now. So it gives you some clarity. So if you want to sit quietly, get yourself comfortable. Oh, fabulous, Joe. I'm so glad that you think it's going to help you. That's absolutely perfect. They are great tips, really great tips. So let me know once you've tried them out, and let me know which one you found to be the most useful to do that. So, okay, visualization. Get yourself really comfortable. And this is a really quick exercise to do. And I want you to as we start off with this one, I want you to imagine your life the way you want it to look in, say, 5 years' time. 5 years in the future. And as you take yourself to that place, I want you to visualize what's around you. Who's in your life? Just imagine the types of people you would like to be surrounded by. Maybe it's specific people that you know already, which is great, or maybe it's not. So think about there. Who do you want to be surrounded with? You know, what are their personalities like? What are their interests and hobbies? How do they make you feel when you're with them? And remember, you're designing your own life here. You're creating your reality. So make sure that when you're visualizing what you want. So you're with the people that you want to be with. What kind of environment are you in? Are you near the beach or the mountains, or are you in the countryside or in the middle of a city? And what does your lifestyle look like? Yeah, Louise, it is. It's positive people. You know, what does your lifestyle look like? What kind of habits do you have? What does your morning routine look like? What's a typical day look like for you? What's your ideal perfect day? What do you do for fun? You know, what are your finances like? How much money are you making? What does your bank account look like? Your balance. You know, again, you're visualizing everything that you want here. This is the perfect life for you in 5 years' time. What have you accomplished? Which goals have you made happen? What needs to have happened over the next couple of years to give you this perfect life for you? How do you feel? Are you content? Are you motivated? Are you relaxed? Are you calm? Are you excited? Just think about all of those now as you design your perfect life for you, the life you want to lead. And have fun with all of that. You know, I hope you've enjoyed today's session. It's one that I am really, really excited and passionate about. So let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaway is, and share it with anyone else. Share this live with anyone else that you think would benefit. That would really make me feel great as well, to know that we've shared the love and everybody else has been exposed to this. And if you'd like more clarity and would also be interested in creating mega success and propelling your life forward, then I want you to look out for my brand new 6-week Mega Success Accelerator program that's coming really soon. It's a group coaching program. It has accountability in it. It's got bespoke support from me. There'll be some self-study in there. And it's for a small number of really driven, focused women that are looking to propel themselves forward. You know, accelerating their growth, success, and making yourself more money. So if that's something you're interested in, you know, drop me a note and I'll pop you on the waiting list for when it comes out, which will be really, really soon. Thank you for joining me today. Oh, Anton, great. I'm so glad that you've enjoyed it today. And for everybody else, you know, pop a note in what you've found most useful, and have a wonderful rest of Thursday. And I'll see you again next week. Bye. See you later.